Looking back at all the amazing anime from 2022, it's gonna be tough picking only one winner for each award. And because the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are the anime equivalent of YouTube Rewind, I, Echidnut, must once again take things into my own hands. I don't think anyone at Crunchyroll actually watches anime. Who the hell are these judges, by the way? I don't recognize a single one of the... Oh, alright, I do recognize this lady from somewhere. But anyway, Anime of the Year is gonna be the last category in this video. I'm gonna make that joke every year. But the first category of the 2022 Echidnut Anime Awards is Best Fantasy. Best Fantasy should theoretically be an easy W for Made in Abyss, but if I was a Crunchyroll employee, I probably would have nominated Bleach instead of maybe, you know, an anime that didn't even air last year. Mushoku Tensei finished airing in 2021, which isn't 2022. So at this rate, why don't we just nominate Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist? Because they didn't come out last year either. Maybe my math is wrong though, and the rocket surgeons working at Crunchyroll used an advanced formula beyond my comprehension, but either way, the Best Fantasy Award goes to Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is the ultimate adventure anime, and you could argue that it has the most creative and unique fantasy setting of all time. It's peak imagination and pretty much the definition of fantasy. Crunchyroll gave this award to Demon Slayer for some reason, but let's just remember that this is the Best Fantasy Award. So by choosing Made in Abyss over Demon Slayer, I'm not saying that it's a better anime than Demon Slayer. It is, but I just don't want to start any arguments. Best Romance is going to be an extremely tough decision for those of you that didn't watch Kaguya. These three are pretty good as well, but Kaguya-sama Season 3 is obviously the winner of the romance category. After 3 seasons of build-up and 3 years of edging, this anime finally concluded the greatest romance arc of all time. Witnessing that climax I had been waiting for since the very first episode was such an amazing feeling, it's almost insulting that there's other nominees in this category. I mean, come on, Shikimori? Really? Replace that one with Takagi-san Season 3, cause I've got some serious beef with Izumi for ruining that show. In fact, I even made a custom category because I'm still not done bitching about him. Worst Romance is where you might have expected to find Rent-a-Girlfriend or A Couple of Cuckoos, but as you can see, only one anime has been nominated. The manga readers all hyped up Shikimori. They called her best girl, the ultimate waifu, etc. But the one thing they forgot to mention was that Izumi is the most pathetic anime character of all time. Just in case you guys haven't watched this anime yet, good call. Izumi reminds me of a worm that comes out of the ground when it's raining so it doesn't drown, but then it dries up and dies anyway when the sun comes back out. He isn't really Shikimori's boyfriend, he's more like a baby bird who would die if she forgot to vomit nutrients into his mouth. And if you thought that analogy was gross, Shikimori and Izumi have exactly the same relationship as Lloyd Forger and Anya, except they're dating. Best Main Character. Alright, all of these nominees look pretty good, but none of them particularly stand out to me. I'll probably mention Marin Kitagawa later if there's a should've been a hentai award, but as far as personality goes, Chisato has the best one here. She's an amazing protagonist, and that's why she almost won this award. Sorry guys, I just can't bring myself to call any of these nominees a better character than Eren Yeager. A lot of people hate Eren right now because he's bad and mean, but I don't think that makes him poorly written. After 3 seasons of development, Eren seemed like he was invincible, but guess what? Humans aren't perfect, we're all vulnerable to breaking under pressure, and that's why Eren is a flawed yet realistic character. So despite him being a bad person, he's still a great character. Best Waifu. Crunchyroll didn't have this category, even though it's arguably the most important one, so I just created it myself. But even if Crunchyroll did include this award, I wouldn't trust them to nominate the right characters anyway. Makima, Marin, Kaguya, Komi-san, Chisato, Akari, Nazuna, and Ushio are all amazing waifus. But this category is not about who's the best character, it's about who we've collectively jerked off to the most. For me, it's between Marin, Makima, and Nazuna, and Lloyd Forger. So let's take a look at some 2022 statistics I've contributed to greatly. As you can see, Nazuna is falling behind quite a bit, while Makima and Marin are pretty even. Actually, it's an exact tie, 23 to 23, perfectly balanced as all waifus should be. One second guys, I think my fish is drowning, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Marion and Makima were tied. Oh, that's weird. It looks like Marion somehow took the lead while I was gone. No idea how that happened, but I guess that settles it, boys. Marion wins. Best Animation. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed by Crunchyroll just for acknowledging how good Akebi-chan's animation was. I don't know why Osama Ranking and Spy Family are here, but it doesn't matter. Let's be honest, guys, whether we'd like to admit it or not, it's Demon Slayer. Yeah, it's Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer wins, and I don't want to talk about it. Moving on, Best Continuing Series. Might be the most difficult decision so far because we're looking at a bunch of really good anime right now, gentlemen. Stone Ocean kinda got cucked by Netflix though, and One Piece is that anime I just ignore and then assume that it's probably good. So to narrow it down, I'd say this is probably between AOT, Made in Abyss, and Kaguya. But that's only because Crunchyroll forgot to include Bleach. Honestly, how could Bleach not win the Best Continuing Series award? Just the fact that it was continuing should have been more than enough to win, but it came back strong, beautiful, and better than ever. There's very few anime that I've given a perfect score of 10 out of 10, but Bleach's triumphant return absolutely deserves it. Best Original Anime is quite obviously going to be Lycoris Recoil. I didn't realize popping caps in people could be that wholesome, but they took a ridiculously absurd concept and made it work somehow. Not to mention it has some of the best characters of the year as well. So for making cold-blooded murder look adorable and cute, Lycoris Recoil definitely deserves the Best Original Anime award. Best Opening. So these are always the most controversial awards because anime openings are literally always good. Plus, everyone has their own unique taste in music, so no matter what the anime is, there's always gonna be somebody who thinks the opening fucking slaps. Let's scroll down until we find something that nobody watched. Human Bug Degaku. Sounds good. Here's the opening, and yep, there it is. There you have it. To be fair though, he isn't wrong. This does kinda slap so far. The best opening of 2022 is practically a tie between The Rumbling and Chiki Chiki Banban. I've been playing both of them non-stop, yet I'm still worried I might make the wrong decision here. Both openings are incredible, but I'm giving a slight edge to The Rumbling solely because I feel like it'll take a bit longer for me to get sick of it. No disrespect to Kongming though. Chiki Chiki Banban is still a certified banger, and it slaps even harder than that one scene from Redo of Healer. Best Ending is gonna be much easier for me. Again, all these endings are very good. You might even say they slap. In fact, this would have been a very tough decision if Call of the Night wasn't here making it so obvious. Yofukashi no Uta was the song that literally inspired the author to write the series. Nazuna wouldn't exist if the author didn't hear this song. Imagine a song slapping so hard that you created an entire manga based on it, which turned into one of the best anime of 2022, and you got to use that same song as the ending. There's just no debate for this one, guys. Best Music. Alright, listen. I know when you guys see the name Kevin Penkin, you immediately vote for him because you really like the song that's playing right now, and also he's friends with Giguk. Trust me, Made in Abyss Season 1 has one of the best anime soundtracks I've ever heard, but right now we're only evaluating the soundtrack from Season 2. Is it good? Of course, but so are the rest of these nominees and a lot of others that didn't get nominated. Sabikui Bisco, for example, had a really great soundtrack that's playing right now, and Bocchi the Rock soundtrack was crazy how the style would change abruptly from J-pop idol music to Nirvana and then to fucking K-Lid ambience from Elden Ring. But despite all these viable options for the Best Music Award, the obvious winner is Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It's kind of not even fair because they used a lot of music from the game and had the budget to hire like 50 different artists, but I'm not complaining. Every emotion you have will be felt while listening to this soundtrack. It'll hype you up, make you cry, piss you off, and jerk you off. It covers every base and never feels any less than perfect. I don't know if I can name a better anime soundtrack than Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Must protect at all costs character. Alright, so first of all, rest in peace to Bocchi. I'm just assuming she died, because why else would Crunchyroll exclude her from an award she definitely could have won? Guys, apparently we didn't protect her enough. But hey, at least we have this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is, but if he's the one who killed Bocchi, then he's gonna need to be protected at all costs. And I don't really get why Marion is here either. Why does she need protection when it feels way better without it? Plus, why do I have to protect her? She's an adult. Can't she protect herself? What? She's an adult. She is. She's an adult. Anya Forger is the winner of this category now that I'm done stalling. Anya is so iconic, she transcended the anime community. Even normies are protecting her now. She's so adorable, she actually makes people want to have kids of their own, so obviously Anya must be protected at all costs. Best character design is kind of a tough one. Obviously, Edgerunners and Osama ranking have really unique styles, and Demon Slayer and JoJo always have pretty intricate character designs. Spy Family has good designs, but nothing crazy, and as far as I'm concerned, my dress-up darling only has one character with a design. So I'm going to do something weird and give this to Summertime Render. I know these character designs aren't as flashy or meticulous as the rest of the nominees. Summertime Render's characters are normal and they look ordinary, yet they would still be easily recognizable anywhere. Even in a crowd of other ordinary looking people, you could still pick these characters out immediately. I know anime characters typically own roughly one outfit, but these characters actually wear different clothes sometimes, and it feels totally normal. Basically, Summertime Render did a really good job making its characters stand out, even though there's nothing crazy about their designs. Best voice actor. Crunchyroll probably gave this one to Nezuko, but I really think Bocchi's VA should have been nominated because some of her screams and reactions literally made me laugh out loud. For that reason, I'm going to give the Best Comedy Award to Bocchi, but as for the Best Voice Actor Award, I think it belongs to the one man Eminem was too afraid to diss, Kongming. This guy just fits the character perfectly and really made the anime a lot more fun with the rap battles. I don't want to disrespect him by trying to pronounce his name, but this guy was fantastic. Great job, dude. Most underrated is a custom category Crunchyroll should have included because there's been a lot of really good anime that got slept on for various reasons. My Stepmom's Dad is My Sister's Niece kinda baited me into thinking I was watching a recap of Eromanga Sensei, but it ended up being a lot more mature than that. Trapped in a Dating Sim was just straight up really good. I can't believe more people didn't watch it. The same applies to More Than a Married Couple. That anime was really hot too. But Summertime Render was one of the best anime of 2022, and it had literally dozens of watchers. Yet Disney Plus completely cucked all the hype out of this anime and drained it of its potential. Summertime Render was put in Disney jail and wasn't even given a bar of soap to drop, yet Disney still clapped its cheeks anyway. This anime is definitely worth a watch, but I didn't want to support Disney's business practices, so I just used the horse from Elden Ring. Best Episode is another custom category I made because I realized Chainsaw Man hasn't won anything yet. Chainsaw Man was my personal favorite anime of 2022, but I've been trying to keep these awards free of my own personal bias. However, episode 8 of Chainsaw Man was objectively the best individual episode of 2022. I can't really explain why without spoiling it, so let's just say it was on par with one of Mushoku Tensei's Turning Point episodes. If you guys dropped Chainsaw Man early on because of the CGI or something, just keep watching until episode 8. Trust me. The next category is Anime of the Year, but let's speedrun a couple fake Sarcastic awards first just to stall. Best Isekai, Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. Best Action, Takagi-san Season 3. Best Slice of Life, Akiba Maid War. Best Romance, Peter Grill. Best Sceneries and Visuals, Tomodachi Game. Most Underrated, Chainsaw Man. Best Girl, Malti. Best Character Design, John from Shadow's House. Best Voice Actor, Nezuko from Demon Slayer. Best New Series, One Piece. Best Continuing Series, Shield Hero. Best Kiss Scene, Sabukui Bisco. Best Opening Scene, Skeleton Knight in Another World. Most Conclusive Conclusion, A Couple of Cuckoos. Should have been a hentai, Mob Psycho Season 3. Longest title, The Beast Tamer who got kicked out from his party meets a cat girl from the superior race. Best Fantasy, Demon Slayer. Thanks Crunchyroll for that last one. Anime of the Year. 2022 had a lot of very good anime, and that's why this is such a difficult decision for me to make. Obviously, we're missing a lot of good nominees though. For example, Bleach, Kaguya, Mob Psycho, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man should have been nominated for sure, but I'm actually retracting my earlier claim that it deserves Anime of the Year. Maybe it's worthy of second place, but looking back, there's definitely an anime that deserves 100% of this award, and that anime is Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Cyberpunk set a new standard of quality for anime in 2022. It was a short, quick tragedy that never gave you time for a break, which is funny because almost everyone who watched it did so in one sitting. But the world and atmosphere were so immersive, you felt like you were there. The art was fantastic, the animation was insane, and of course, the emotional impact on the audience was incredibly moving. Cyberpunk Edgerunners starts as a dream and ends as a nightmare. The characters were probably the weakest part of the anime simply because it doesn't give you enough time to get invested in them because it kills them off almost as quickly as it introduces them. Other than that though, Edgerunners was an experience I would highly recommend to almost everyone. So while it wasn't necessarily my favorite anime of the year, its quality speaks for itself. Anime of the Year 2022 goes to Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Thanks everyone for watching, I hope you enjoyed these awards. We've got a lot of good anime airing now in 2023 as well, so stay tuned for my upcoming tier list and make sure you subscribe. That's all for now though, I gotta go take a shit, so peace out.